Good afternoon, everybody. Calm Biker here. Just off to the shops. Mrs. Calm on the back. I just starting most of my videos now like that. Seems to be just shopping and carrying Mrs. Calm around, which is good. The shopping bit, maybe not so much, but I do enjoy going out for a ride with Mrs. Calm. Nice to share the bike rather than just me. I was watching a program. I was going to say I was watching the news this morning, and I saw an interesting little news article, and it was one of those that gets me less than calm. I know Tim thinks I never rant, but it's strange. I get relaxed when I'm on a bike and I rant when I'm in front of the TV. I think a lot of us do that, don't we? Now I was watching this news story. It was about the police, and they were saying that in this area, because of all the cutbacks and austerity and blah blah blah, that they are deciding to cut 200 police. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if this is what they call natural wastage or whatever, where they just wait for people to retire or whatever, or if they're making redundancies, whatever it might be. You know, I hope it's not redundancies. That's no good for anybody. It's no good for the people who are made redundant, and it's no good for the people like us who pay for the police, who've paid for all their training, and then that just gets wasted. But I'd prefer that it didn't happen at all. Now, 200 police officers. That's quite a big number for this area. I mean, it's quite a big area, but you know, with lots of police, but it's still a big number. And if it's just on the back of money of what it costs to employ 200 police, it's probably a really silly idea. But the bit that got me annoyed, the bit that got me ranting at Mrs. Calm, she puts up with a lot, bless her, was the Tory politician that came on. Now I say Tory politician, I don't really care whether it's Tory, Labour, Liberal, Monster Raving, Looney Party, whatever it might be. I have no allegiance to any of them. They're all the same in the end, you know. They might initially come into it with their good intentions, but it never really ends up being any different, does it? It's just you're taxed in a slightly different way each time, and you know, they tell you what they think you want to hear, and then they change their minds as soon as they're in power, or I should say in government. I hate that term, in power. Anyway, digressing. Yeah, so this politician came on and he said 200 police being made, or being lost, however you want to put it, will not affect policing. And he said that his claim was because technology has got better. I don't know if he means speed cameras. Who knows? But I can only look at these things with the brain that I've been trained to have, and this is the brain of an analyst, because you know that's what I do. And it immediately springs up that either he's lying, bending the truth, or there's some incredible waste going on. Now I suspect he's bending the truth, because let's think about the options. If it doesn't matter that we're losing 200 police officers, then why are we employing them in the first place? Are we suggesting that they are doing nothing? Those 200 police are just taking a salary and doing nothing, just sat around on the backsides eating donuts? I don't think that's true. I know it's a funny generalisation, but I don't think it's true. I think the police do a great job. So I don't think that's true. So those 200 police are doing something. So are those 200 policemen doing something that is pointless and gaining nothing? You know, are they? Who knows? I can't think of anything that a police person would do for their entire shift that was entirely useless and adding nothing to general policing. So I'm just not going to entertain that one either. I think that's not true. So those 200 police are adding something. That's my position. So if he's saying then that it's not going to make a difference, presumably there's some modern wondrous technology that they're going to introduce over the period that the 200 police officers lose their jobs or retire or whatever happens, that is going to make, it's going to fill in the gap. It's going to make the police as effective as they were without the technology, but with 200 extra officers. Well, that's possible, I suppose. It's suspicious. Very unlikely, but it's possible. But I don't believe it's actually going to happen. But let's put it another way then. If that is the case, if we give them the benefit of the doubt and we say that it is going to mean that policing is exactly as good now as it will be when the 200 police have gone because of this wonderful new technology, then why don't we keep the extra 200 police? So instead of having a police force that's just as good as it is now, because we know there are failings, we know there are crimes that go unsolved, and a lot of crimes go unreported because people have lost the faith that they're ever going to be resolved. All they're going to do is push up your insurance premium, so what's the point? So why not keep those 200 police? Because with 200 extra police and the wonderful new technology that doesn't exist, we'll have a police force that's better in a couple of years than it is now. And surely if you're a political party, you can see the benefit in that from your purely party political selfish point of view, that you will be the party who's able to say we improved the police. Anyway, unfortunately, I think all of that is complete and utter bunkum, and the reality is that they're so wrapped up in spending money on things that don't matter, like train sets, that only matter to big businesses that are making big donations to the political parties. Not, of course, that there's any link there at all, but I think they're so wrapped up in spending money on those things that they're deciding that they can't afford the things that really do matter, like hospitals and policing and cleaning the streets and all those kind of things that people actually care about. I could rant on about the hospitals as well, with the chap on the other day on the news who was saying that there should be not a new tax but a new levy at a local level that would be a percentage of your income in order to pay for the NHS. Hello? That's a tax. Anyway, I won't get into that one yet. Maybe another day. Anyway, that's enough ranting from me. FRO politicians. So thank you all for watching. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.